What is going on, everybody? Since the off-road season is now complete and the snow is about to fly, I figured I'd do a little tool comparison here between the HUDY and MIP tools. I'll start with the MIP because I have been using them more or longer. I originally got this speed bit set 3 years ago about now, and never had a problem with these. Work great. The only problem I was having, but it was just kind of a pain always switching over all the tips all the time onto either a power tool or onto like a handle piece where you put the bits in. So last year over Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all those kind of deals, I ended up picking up the Gen 2 of the stuff that I normally use all the time. Worked great, used it all year. No problems with the tips or stripping out anything or anything like that. Worked great. For the price, definitely really nice compared to the HUDY. Very expensive. But the only thing I'm not a fan of with the MIP stuff is basically the handles, like the small handle. This is 2.0 ball end. This is 2.0 regular. And I just wish everything had this bigger handle in it. The smaller one, even when your hands get a little wet or moisture or oil on them, even with the big one, they still get a little slippery. I do know they have a different set of handles as well. I think that's for that, but I don't know why they just wouldn't put them all into that like yellowy kind of style one. But not complaining. I mean, work great. I'd still, either wipe my hands or wipe down the tool kind of deal. And I wish they did like on the raised parts here, because you can see it has like a raised part, a little cutout part. On the raised part, it would be nice if they sandblasted or media blasted it to kind of give it some more grip to it. Would be nice. But still not complaining, as in I didn't strip out screws, and that's my main concern is I've stripped out a couple screws using the cheap tools, and especially like the 1.5, some of the 2.0s, and then I've had to like drill them out, re-tap a hole, put a bigger screw in. So yeah, so far over the last year, or well, a couple of years since I've even had those, I've luckily haven't stripped anything out. So, but like I said, to me, it's just personal preference, right? Still like them. Not gonna throw them away or sell them or anything like that. Mostly because I would like to have a set at home where I could just leave them on the table, and then when I go to the track, just have another set inside the box and just leave them there all the time. So work great. All the drivers, wrenches, all that stuff is nice, but I'm just trying to compare the hex wrenches to the hex wrenches because that's all I have out of the HUDY set. MIP bag. This is great because you can have all the bits back to back there or across from each other, all the handles. This fits everything in it. This is awesome. Nice thick or plastic, whatever's in there. You try and flex it, you can feel the stiffness to it. It is nice. I did have this ProTech one before, and I just don't like how easily flexible it is. When you put all the tools in there, it's weird. Like here, it all stays nice. So I gotta get rid of that at some point. Now onto the HUDY tools. I bought these used, which the guy never used. I think he bought them 9 years ago, he was saying, or something like that, and ended up using the low-C tool set. I was interested in it because I wanted the standard set. This is the metric and standard set together, and I think on A-Main right now it's about $180 US, which is ridiculous because I'm pretty sure with all of these I'm still under that price. So because I don't know, I bought all this in Canadian dollars. You convert this over to Canadian, it's a ridiculous amount of money. So I think I ended up paying about $35-40 Canadian because I bought some other HUDY stuff off them too, and tires and some other things. So I couldn't really put a price exactly what I paid, but that's kind of around when I divided it all up, what I did pay for them. Even though these handles are smaller, just like the MIP ones, it is nice having this texture on it. It grips the hand really nice. Like here, I'm trying to force it and I'll end up spinning the tool. Here, if I try and force it, you got to kind of have your hand in that groove, your finger in the groove. If it's on top here, well, it just slides right off. So that's what I was saying. After using these for the last 4 weeks, I kind of do prefer the HUDY tools over the MIP. I wish the handle was a little bit longer maybe. But I mean, I'm not complaining. I paid a good price for them. If I bought these new, paid the $180 US for them, yeah, I'd be upset. I really wouldn't waste the money on that, because also the one plus side with the HUDY, if something happens to the tip, you can just replace the tip. Unlike the MIP here, you mess up the tip, well, the whole thing's kind of done. So that is one plus side to this. And if not, if you do want to have just very nice tips, you can buy the tip and put it into a cheaper handle like I did here. This is a ProTech tip in, I don't know, some cheap tool that I had before, a 2.5. This is really now a 050 end that I needed for my battery bullets, and yeah, worked out all right. But even between this 050 and the HUDY one, you can definitely tell the HUDY one is definitely better. Fits in there perfect, very nice. This one I kind of got to move it around to get it in there. So it is kind of, you get what you pay for, but this is just too much money for it. People complain they are not marked. This is marked. See here, it has 5. I can't remember what the standard sizes are other than the 050, which is this one with the 2 marks on it. But when it comes to the metric, it's easy to tell. That's a 3 because it has 3 big lines in it. That's a 2.5 because it has 2 big lines and a half line. So 2.5, 2, and a 1.5. So I actually do like that. That way it can't get rubbed off or anything. Also, if you had it inside of here, you can't tell what it is. That's why I did pick up this HUDY tool stand. But, well, here, I'll show you why. Because when you put it in there, you can still see that's a 1.5, a 2, a 2.5, a 3. So you can still see what the tools are in the stand. But this HUDY stand cost $100 US from AMain. I found it on AliExpress for $23 Canadian. And I was like, well, that's perfect, because you could buy collars that will go onto here that will tell you what the size is. But buying the 2 sets of collars costs more than buying just this $23 stand from AliExpress, I mean. And it says HUDY on it. I don't know if it's real. I can't remember when I opened it, if it was actually in a HUDY package. I don't think so. I mean, I could double check that when I get home. But yeah, I picked this up from AliExpress. I picked this up from AliExpress. HUDY shock pliers. Look just like the real thing. I picked up these 2, but I don't think they are actually, like, I didn't see anything on HUDY's site. And they looked a little bigger in the picture. They are pretty tiny. It's a 5.5 and a 7. But I only paid $2 and something Canadian for this, so not complaining at all. I'll find a use for those. Also, if not, I do have these guys, so, and I still have these. But like I said, I want to keep one set at home, one set for the track in my toolbox. This way I don't have to keep taking the tools in and out, in and out. I can just leave them in there, and then when I get to the track, pop these guys out. Perfect, have everything there. That's why I even put the other speed bits on here, and I got this speed bit set there. Because yeah, buying the HUDY stuff at retail price is ridiculous. And like I said, you can buy just the tips, put them on some other handles. I even found this HUDY one, 1.5. I don't know if this is older or newer than these guys, but well, I think this might be newer than those. But even this handle, it is nice that it is bigger in the hand, but because it has no texture to it, if your hands are sweaty or something like that, it kind of slips in your hand as well. I mean, I only paid $7 Canadian for this, which was on clearance and 80% off. So I bought it basically just for this tip, because the 1.5, if this one does start to, I don't know, get some play in it or start stripping things out, well, buying the tips alone, I think we're about $13 to $17 US on AMain. So buying this whole tool for $7, can't complain at all about that. I wish they had more, but that was the only one that they had. So that worked out really nice for me as a spare. Also, I picked up the T-Works tool bag from AliExpress. It would be nice if your speed bits could fit in here, but they are like, the 1.5 could possibly fit in here, but the other 2 are definitely longer, as you can tell here, so they will not fit in there. I was putting my techno wrenches, my little bullet puller there. So yeah, I was putting the standard size on this side, metric on this side, and nice little hard case. That was $20 something on AliExpress. So yeah, that worked out really nice. I do prefer the HUDY over the MIP right now. Like I was saying, it's more or less the feel, the grip of the handle. The bits, the ends, they feel the same to me in that sense. It doesn't feel like this grip's better than that. But like I said, if you wanted to just have a nice tip, put them on your other handles, that's good to go, right? So at least, you know, they say these are nice spring steel or whatever it is. So we'll see how long they last. I'm going to start using these more often. And yeah, that's just my comparison between them. I mean, it's up to you, really, what you feel like either spending your money on or you know, the feel of the tool, let's say, or whatever. So yeah, I can't complain about either of them, really. I mean, even though I was complaining about the handles, they still work fine, not a problem. I'm still going to use them, but I'm going to have this as my track set, this is my home set, and then that will be nice. It works out perfect for me. And yeah, hope that helped anyone that was looking into the tools, and thanks for watching.